Hi, my dear students and viewers. Good morning to everybody. How are you? Happily completed your 8th standard and entering the 9th standard. So, my dear students, first let me welcome to 9th standard. I know that all of you are leading happy life by staying at home, right? Yeah, I know. Some of you said, what's happy, sir? Boring, sir. Nothing to do. Yes, I know your feeling. That's why I have come here in front of you to interact with you, to break the monotony, to break the bow. Through this lesson, yes, I know. Yes, it's interesting. It's an interesting lesson. A little bit interesting and funny too. You can enjoy. So, let us start our lesson. S. The snake and the mirror. The snake and the mirror. The title is very simple. The concept is also very simple as the title. The content of the lesson, the point of the lesson is also very simple, how the title is. See, two words. Snake, mirror. The entire lesson woven around between three characters, as if we feel snake and mirror also. The snake and mirror also play a key role in our story. What role does the snake play? And what role does the mirror play? How these all leads to whether a horrible incident or a funny incident. What's going on there? We watch. In our lesson, a homeopath is there. Homeopath. What is meant by homeopath? Nothing. A homeo doctor. A homeo doctor. He comes from a poor family with a great difficulties. By working hard, he completed his medicine course and became a homeopath. Just he started his practice, so he is not rich enough to lead a luxurious life. Just he has taken a single room. That too, the roof is a tiled roof. There is no electricity in the room. That tiles roof always infested with rats. What is meant by infested? Infested means large in number. Large in number. Infested with rats. So, the homeopath satirically says that he shares the room with rats and him. With rats and him. Satirically he says. The room had no electricity. He had only two pairs of clothes. Only one solitary coat. Actually, since he is a doctor, he has to wear a coat. One, he has only one solitary coat and a little money in his briefcase. So, by observing all this, we can say that he is poor. What we observe? Living in a rented single room, having only a solitary coat, a little money in his briefcase. By observing this, we can say that he is leading a poor life, since it was his early days of profession. His income was meager. Meager means his income was very small. It is just enough to make. It is just enough to make his both ends meet. In such a situation, he was leading his life. But he is a bachelor. So, he has a great admirer of beauty. It is quite natural. When that particular one is a bachelor, he always wants to draw the attention of others wherever he goes. So, to make himself handsome, he is also not exempted for it. He is not also exempted from it. He is interested, always making himself handsome by having a clean shave, trimming the mustache, always want to have a smile on his lips, to wear a smile on his lips. One day, as usually, he returned from restaurant. That means after having meal, he returned to his home. It was very hot, so he opened the windows. But as soon as he entered the room, just to opening the door, he heard some sound from the roof, a strange sound from the roof, but he feels that is the sound made by the rats, because rats and he shared his room. So he did not concentrate on the sound. He felt that it is the noise generally made by the rats. He went inside. Since it was hot, he opened the windows and he lit the lamp with a matchbox. It indicates the house had no electricity. He started making to and fro. He started making to and fro in the room. While walking, he takes an important decision. What is that important decision? He would shave daily. He should trim his mustache. And he have to wear a smile on his lips always to make him more handsome. Because I already told, he was an admirer of beauty. He was also taken an earth-shaking decision. That earth-shaking decision I already told. That is, to wear a smile on his lips, which makes him charm, which makes him handsome. After taking these decisions, a silly hope struck in his mind. A silly hope struck in his mind. What's it? Whenever you have got any silly hope, yes, you can have. I think you had. What is the silly thing? Just keeping something in other boy's head or pocket in case of girls, sticking to something to others, or stealing the book just for fun to tease that particular person. So these are all the silly hopes struck in your mind. As like as you, the homeopath had also a silly hope. A silly hope struck his mind, that is, that he would marry. What's it? That he would marry. The most interesting and awe-striking thing is that he would marry a young, rich and fat lady. A young, rich and fat lady. Okay, young lady, no problem, it is a common desire. Rich lady, common desire. But what is this fat lady? It seems to be somewhat strange. Why he has a desire of a rich lady? Since he was poor, if that lady is rich, he can lead his life happily and he will be benefited to do something. But what is this fat? He wanted to marry a lady. What type of lady he want to marry? Young, rich, fat. Young, okay, granted. Rich, okay, granted. But what's this fat? Here, surprising. He too knows. He clarifies the doubt. There is a valid reason. There is a valid reason to have a fat wife, to have a fat woman as his wife. What is the reason? He tells us, if he had any mistake, he had done any mistake, he would run away from his wife, not to be caught and beaten. How funny he is thinking. Yes, so funny. But he gives his particular reason. But you know, my dear children, man proposes, God disposes. What man thinks is totally different, be done by God. God always thinks totally different from man. What man thinks, the God thinks in opposite. So, you may have a doubt, sir, could he get married? The fat woman, is his wish fulfilled? Wait, cool. Your questions will be answered at the right time. While he was thinking and roaming like this in the room, all of a sudden he felt as if a rubber tube had fallen on his shoulders. As if a rubber tube had fallen on his shoulders. He felt something with a thud sound. He felt something with a thud sound. As if a rubber tube had fallen. just out of curiosity, he just turned his head like this and look at the thing falls on his shoulder at the corner of the eyes and shocked. He stood as a statue cut in granite. What he watched, a huge cobra, full-blooded cobra. Full-blooded means strong. A full-blooded cobra coiled around his shoulders and just 4 inches away from him. Death lurks 4 inches away from him. He breathed. He stopped his breath. He forgot breathing. Even a little bit movement in him may strike from the snake. He received a strike from the snake. He felt that his life will be ended on the day he lost his life. He could not move. He could not breathe. He forgot everything and looked like a statue, like a cut in granite. While since the full-blooded cobra means strong cobra, the full-blooded cobra coiled around his shoulders, it started paining as if a molten rod pierced into his shoulder. That means if some iron rod is kept in the fire, after sharpening it, piercing into our body, how painful it is. He is experiencing that type of pain in his shoulder, but he tightly his teeth, no movement, not moving. He stood remain like that. He is very fortunate. He is very fortunate. The snake all at once jumped upon the table where a mirror is. It started looking into the mirror. It started looking into the mirror. The author, that means the homeopath. Author, he is the author, he is the character. The author or the homeopath started thinking about the snake. What sex of the snake is, whether it is male or female. What is the snake looking into? What is it thinking about? Its beauty, about the mascara or something. See how he is thinking. He started thinking about the sex of the snake, about the beauty of the snake, what concept, what things, what points the snake is going to think about its mascara or vermilion and so on. Mascara means you know very well, a dark substance which is used to eyelashes to make it black. The homeopath utilized this fraction of seconds. As soon as the snake jumped to the table and started looking into the mirror, at one jump, he ran into the yard, out of the room. He ran out of the room and started running. He was totally wet. Sweat flows. Sweat flows. Totally wet. He ran and ran and ran and ran till he reaches his friend's home. See, I already told snake and mirror, homeopath. Now you know the character of homeopath. Snake role. What is mirror role? Since mirror was there, this homeopath was saved. Because we are tempted by the mirrors. Human beings are tempted by the mirrors. Even in case of us also. If there is a mirror, automatically our hand goes to the comb and started combing. So it is the basic instinct of human beings being tempted by the mirror. We just look into it, how we are, how beautiful we are. If anything is in disorder, we want to set right. We part our hair to comb our hair properly and so on. So this snake is also not exempted from it. It was also tempted by the mirror and started looking into its beauty. Either it was looking at the mascara or the vermilion or so on. Since the mirror was there, the homeopath gets the chance to run away from there. Otherwise, how he escapes? But he made his effort. Even his shoulder was paining severely, as if a molten rod was passing into his shoulder. He did not move. He breathed tightly. So God appreciated that. You know, God always helps those who helps themselves. Since he is trying to save his life, God also cooperates him. God appreciated his effort so that the snake jumps before the mirror and started looking into it. Right? Our homeopath started running, reached his friend's home. After reaching his friend's home, he knocked the door. During the night time, the friend was puzzled. Who was knocking the door? He opened the door to see who that was. And he was surprised, he was astonished to see his friend who was totally drenched in sweat. Sweat flows from top to bottom. He asked, "What happened? Why you are sweating like this?" And he invited him into his room, into his home. The homeopath entered the room. The friend said, okay, be cool. Whatever happens, we will take care of it. We will look after it. First you go and take fresh bath. Later we talk. By telling like that, he sends his friend to the bathroom. There he takes a bath, fresh bath. He feels some freshness after having the bath. He feels some burden become less. Relaxingly, he sits in the chair. Then his friend asks, "Okay, my friend, now tell me. Okay, my friend, now tell me what happens? Why you were sweating like this?" Then he narrated the entire story to his friend. As usually, he returned home and he heard some noise from the roof, but he could not expect that it is the hissing sound of snake. So he started roaming in the room to and fro, and a snake falls on his shoulder. He held his breath tightly. Later the snake jumps before the mirror and started looking its beauty into the mirror. It gives him a chance to run away from there and escape from the snake. On listening the story, the friend soothed him. The friend made him calm, made his pain less by telling some good words, by telling some words which makes him cool. You take rest tonight here. We will go to your home next morning. We will see. Without any disturbance, you enjoy the sound sleep this night here. By being encouraged like so, he went and slept. The very next morning, by taking his friend, he went to his room. What happened there? Last night, he ran out of the room with one jump, not closing the door, not locking the door, in that hurry. The two friends were shocked to see entering the room. Of course, the snake may go into its world. The snake may live into its world. It's quite common. The snake never stay at the same place during all the night till the morning. It's not a surprising thing. But they checked once all the room, but they found no snake. What surprising them is, the room was empty. Only a dirty vest hanging. Only a dirty vest hanging to the hanger. That means, what does it mean? Simply a thief utilized that opportunity. He enters the room and stole all the belongings of the homeopath. All the belongings of the homeopath. Only one thing is left by the thief, that is vest. Vest means a piece of garment, which we wear under the shirt, That means, in simple words, we can say banyan. The thief left it. Why? Because the vest was dirty. So he left that. We can understand here, the homeopath is using the article or the vest which is not worthy even by a thief. Even a thief is not interested to wear that type of vest. The homeopath cursed the thief for his sense of cleanliness. He feels that the thief might have stolen that vest also. He should have washed it once, twice or triple, 3 times, once, twice or triple, and he should have wear it. He cursed like that. So, with nothing doing, that means they have nothing to do, they remain silent in the room. This entire story was told by the homeopath to the villagers. So one of the villagers asked one question, as previously what you have asked. So you have asked, sir, whether that one got married a fat woman. The same question was asked by the villagers. Then the homeopath replied, no, I married only a thin, sprinter, reedy lady. Sprinter means the person seems to be as if participating in running races. That means she runs, she is very lean and she runs as fast as a good runner. So the homeopath fails to get what he wishes, to get marry a fat woman. That's why I already told, man proposes, God disposes. So it is a funny story and a horrible experience made by the homeopath, shared to the villagers. Thank you. So a little bit I give you whatever you feel homework or assignment, that is, I already told the homeopath and his friend. So frame a possible conversation, between the homeopath and his friend. You try your level best, after we check. Thank you.